Hare Krishna friends, I am Gajanand Agarwal from cowgrazing.com. Today we are going to learn how to make bamboo house with very few tools and in few hours, and a house which is sustainable, weatherproof, fireproof, and also uh, natural, with all the natural elements as much as possible. We are visiting Hapta Kanjibung. This is the entrance of the place for the World Bamboo Manipur Festival, which happened in 2019. This entrance is also made of bamboo. You'll see how beautifully it is designed, and we'll show you the close up. So, this whole video of almost 200 minutes we have filmed in few days, but when you will see the film, you will see in a very different pattern. What I've tried to do is I've tried to put all the best clips of this whole workshop in the beginning part of the video. So once you see those clips which are important, and if you like it more, then you can stay on and watch the entire video, and the same things you'll understand in more details. There are many parts to this video. There are three different kinds of bamboo houses you will learn how to make, and one is a bamboo house which is round shape, and it is also made of bamboo splits. The most common thing among the entire all the houses is the bamboo splits. This split bamboo pieces are used for making all the types of houses we see here. And the first round house we saw is only the splits are used, and a wire is used for connecting the splits, and that's it. And it is a very nice house and can become a house for staying also, but it's not weatherproof, rainproof. It's not rainproof, but it is weatherproof. The second type of house is which is plastered after the strips. This bamboo splits are weaved, then the mud is plastered on them to create a weatherproof effect, and that we will learn, that we have learned from Peter ji, who will teach us in this video. And these students are actually making the clay for that plastering of that mud. You can see here something. Then the third is another kind of roofing which was very unique to see, and that was jute cloth was used. So one part of cement, one part of sand was mixed, and 10%, 10 to 15% of Fevicol was used, and to make a paste, and that liquid paste, in that the jute was cloth was put. Now they are putting that jute cloth only, they are just roofing the cloth. So this roofing, you can see, is basically cement and sand and Fevicol dipped jute cloth, and this will become the roof of the structure. And over that they will do a thin layer of lime plastering also, and this how it will become weatherproof, that is rainproof. So these three different houses, when we learned and when we saw them, we realized that all over the world, people who are homeless or poor, for them this is a very good concept in technology, because like few of them can just make their house, and even if we were taught different techniques to make it sustain longer, so that was also part of it. So it's your choice how you make it, how you design it, because bamboo can bend, bamboo can it's flexible. So this is what it is. And in all the processes, you understood that splits are important here. So there are very simple tools for splitting the bamboo, and that process we will start first. Pablo will teach us how to split the bamboo, and then further all the other processes we will learn from different students and teachers in multiple interviews and talks, and also suggestions. So first we will understand the manual part of the processes with manual tools, and also we will learn the technological part. There is also technology available to do things faster. So that also we will see at the end of the video with the help of Rohit Agarwal, who makes machines to the same process faster. So this is what we are going to understand here. The kids are making a dough with clay. Here we are seeing the bamboo bicycle also. So this dough will be plastered, and it will make it waterproof in the house. So please stay tuned till the end if you like to learn in details. We will also host this kind of workshop and also much better house making workshops at Vedic Heaven Jharkhand soon, with the help of the teachers here who agreed to work with us, and also teachers who have been doing similar kind of house making. So stay tuned, keep in touch with us through our WhatsApp number, and we will update you more on this. So we hope that you will enjoy this whole workshop film and hands-on training. And I think after watching this video you might be able to start off quickly and make your structure on your terrace or maybe on in your garden. And it is so simple, it's really simple. We have gone to very minute details by taking a close-up of all the connections, how they are put, everything. So we have tried our best to film as detailed as possible, so that you don't need much help after watching this video. So let's watch the video, and we hope you will learn. Hare Krishna.
In the industrial sector, they use mechanized splitter, but the blade doesn't change much. It's a star, it's over there. You can open a little bit. You can see the head is like a pipe with knives, and you have splitters that will split in half, in 4, in 5, and 6, and as many splits that you need. Okay. The basic concept is that you have to run the bamboo through the splitter in order to split it. Okay. But when you're doing it by hand, it's a little bit more tricky, and there's some secret to it. So the first thing is that bamboo, as you know, has the internodes, which are the strong part, the weak part, and the node, which are the strong part. So if you want to start splitting, you want to start splitting something that is soft. So you don't want to start splitting from this end that has a node, because it will be very hard. You want to start for something that is easy to split, like that end over there, okay? And also it's very important that the bamboo runs through the center of the splitter. And for making sure that that happens, you want to start from the thick end, because if you start from the thin end, you can go to one of the sides and then it falls off. Well, if you start from the thick end, the same geometry of the bamboo will guide the splitter all the way to the center. Okay? What we use with that splitter in particular is we need 3 or 4 people that will hold the bamboo in position, and somebody will knock it on the back with a hammer. Okay? The blade itself is not a sharp blade, because you're not actually trying to cut the bamboo. What you're trying to do is to separate the fibers. The fibers of bamboo are very strong, but the bond between the fibers is very weak. The weakness of the bamboo. That's why the bamboo is split easily. Okay? So what you want to do, you don't want to have a sharp blade. You want to have a wide blade that will separate the fibers. So if you go and see that from close, you'll see that the blade has a pipe on the back. So the blade just gives the start, and then the pipe will separate the fibers. And that's the main concept for bamboo splitting. You're not cutting the bamboo, you're just pulling it apart. Okay? We can start splitting maybe one of these, and we can try this. If we can open this area a little bit. Yeah. Okay, let's go there and have a look to what they're doing. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 degree.
Kita dia. Kita dia macam mana dia split kan tebal punya. Okey.
chainsaw? Just bring the saw here to cut the tip. When you cut another nose, keep on going. Okay, stop. Stop back, so you can open that way, please. Everyone 2 meters to each side. You have to wanna run with this, okay? One more. Okay, now go back. Stop there. Back. You hold them all. Okay? And run. 1, 2, 3, go! Lift. And we do a skirt at the base. It's a sandwich of split that we attach to these loops with wire. And then we put the bamboo splits in between and tie them with wire as well. So we start using double splits that are a little bit stiffer. We sandwich them and tie them with wire, and we put them, and we start to create some triangles. So the triangles will give the stability to this structure. And if you see the weave, it's just hundreds and hundreds of triangles. So the more splits we put, we're subdividing a triangle into 2 new little triangles. So the more material we put, the stronger and stiffer it gets. This is kind of half the way. We need a density something like this. So this should be split in half, there should be another one here, another one there. But already you can see that if we give this a shake, it doesn't move much, and the little bit it moves all around. So the stretch has been evenly distributed in the whole structure. That means that all those little connections, even though they're not very strong connections, because there are so many of them, creates a big and strong system. And that's how this structure is working. It's a laminar structure, it's an envelope, like a basket, that acts as one thing. They are not primary, secondary, and tertiary elements. These are only a formwork that give us the shape. Once we have the shape right, we just whip. We don't use no wire, we just tangle all the strands. And that's how this structure is being done. We have a bamboo scaffold in the middle to reach the high parts, and using the ladders, and we're starting a new circle here, and tomorrow we'll start a new circle over there, and we'll intersect those bolts to create different spaces, different densities of weave, so when you walk inside you can have different experiences. So maybe a little one could be for 1 or 2 people to hang inside. Maybe you can have a big gathering, a circle, and play music in this big one. It's a flexible structure. As we were talking at the beginning, architecture traditionally tries to do structures that last a long time. Good for a church, good for a temple, good for something that really gathers all the community. But for a small enterprise, you know, to build a building that will last 50 years, if the company probably won't last 10, or you know, or you move there and the family grows and it's too small, you have to move to a different house. New family comes in, knocks half of the walls and wants to do something different. So we're starting from the base that everything is.
More people. Is it please? More people. Go. Oh, yeah, you can. More people. We need people more. Because we are on. Okay. Okay, I can explain better like this. Okay. So first, the scaffolding, no? Because we don't have steel scaffolding, so we all is bamboo scaffolding. Okay? With rope, we put all the scaffolding. So the step 1 for this construction is the foundation. Okay? You see, we don't have nothing now in the foundation. We don't have concrete now. It's empty. So first we make three principal elements for the structure. The middle, these curves, okay? And after, we put inside of the bamboo, you can see, after that, we put some, some rebar with sand and with a mix of cement and sand, okay? So we put inside the steel, and after we put.
Okay, when we do break up into groups, we'll probably do like 30 over there and 30 here and 30 with me and 30 with Martin and a bunch with Milan, so that we can, it's easier for me to work like on smaller groups. Because what I want to do here on this pavilion, we based this, the influence here was the cocoon of the butterfly. So, and butterflies also work with natural fibers, and they also work with mud, and they work with fiber and mud. So this back wall, we made these 45-degree on one side, the splits, and on the other side we made the splits go in the opposite direction. So the idea here for the mud is we're going to make this whole, we call it the waffle, this back wall, is we're going to have two groups, one on each side. We're going to make the mud mix in the back, and we made a little swimming pool where we can pour the mud and the fiber, so we can step, and then we're going to start, in English it's called waddle and dab. I don't know what you call that technique in India. Waddle and dab. So we're going to do, for this practice here, waddle and dab. It'd be really nice if we had some cow manure. That would make a really excellent mix. That's how you get what Martin was saying, the minerals, the ligament that comes from the earth. The cow also eats this and comes out as part of the what's in the dung. So dung is a really, really important ingredient. And also when we make paints, when we make finishes, the dung from the cow or from the horse or from the donkey. In Mexico we use the female donkey, because the female donkey, she'll eat everything, but also we want her urine and her menstruation and these things, all these chemicals have a chemical reaction with the clay that's in the earth, and all it does is make things stronger. So the horse manure makes adobe or earth mix 8 times stronger against erosion, against rain and floods and things like that. 8 times stronger, that's a big difference. So tomorrow we'll do the sun's going down and you guys are still going to go here. We can do some bamboo work on this, some weaving. Martin wants to show how to make these splits, the big splits, which is the bamboo open. It's different from putting it through but tomorrow we'll start mudding this whole wall, and the idea is to make a nice beautiful mud wall with windows, and we'll do some like artistic details, and that's and then you'll see like the sun will hit it all day, and we can like experiment with just to get an idea of the temperature. And if we have time, we'll do like a rough finish, and then by Thursday maybe we can do a fine finish, and maybe Friday we can leave like a very beautiful, like a dentist office, like a very beautiful wall if we got the time. It's very dry and the sun is hot, so we'd probably be able to do some fine work from here to the. So you make a stone foundation, and a nice wood roof or bamboo roof, and it lasts. I give my clients 500-year guarantee.
But for this bamboo roof.
No, I put grass roofs. I make grass roofs on all our projects. We have grass roofs.
It's a green roof.
A green roof. We make green roofs, adobe walls, and stone foundation. And then you can give them a 500-year guarantee, no problem.
Stone foundation with this how?
No, but remember, these are just experiment. This is not a house.
Understood.
Yeah, this is
Just to complete it.
But
this is a.
could you
weird
tell
space.
us how we can use the base as the foundation as the stones, then how we
Yeah, you use stones, and then once you're like 30-40 centimeters away from the floor, you can start your adobe or wattle and daub, or you can
do we need to seal those stones, or we'll make it?
You can use mud to put the stones together,
Also lime can be.
or lime, or cement.
Okay.
It's a random rubble machinery.
I've made homes with no cement. I put the stones with mud, and I made the walls with mud, and I used wood, and then the only artificial thing was the plastic for the grass roof, for the
At
green
least
roof.
no rain
And
will.
it's 9 years old, and it's perfect, and it's in the jungle, and
without compromising on any kind of structural strength. And that's what we wanted to show. So bamboo breaking the challenge of cement and concrete.
Now, what is the durability without maintenance?
25-30 years if the bamboo was treated. The bamboo unfortunately is not treated here, but otherwise I've been doing buildings for more than 20 years. Our grandfathers have been doing for many years. But our buildings, I can vouch, it will be as
How you
as-
treat in general?
Pardon?
How you treat in general?
We have been using the boric borax treatment so far, and that is generally used by architects across the world. At the moment, that's the safest solution we have. There's another one, Indian Wood Science Institute has come up with a cashew nut oil, but that does not work for external, when you do treat your bamboo with cashew nut oil, it doesn't remain, it leaches out in the external conditions. So you have to be very careful about that. So, and this treatment, we also try to take all the, we do not soak it for 1 month or something like that. We have not done more than 48 hours, and our buildings, none of them has powdered so far in 20 years. So we can be quite confident about it.
Maintenance, as far as maintenance, what should be done?
No, we don't maintain. My house is with mud and lime and bamboo, and 10 years I have not repainted anywhere.
Okay.
I showed yesterday. And bamboo is like wood. You use wood in your houses, like windows and doors and things.
Yeah.
Bamboo is the same. As much treatment you have to do or maintenance to your doors and windows, same with bamboo. Nothing more than that. It's not required.
How much time it takes for treatment?
We don't use more than 48 hours, but there are some people who keep it for months together. I have used it for in 48 hours, and we have used for 20 years. None of my buildings has powdered so far, so I think it's good enough. More toxic than boric borax. Yeah, that's why it's also more expensive. No, even boric borax we are doing for all kinds of applications. Yeah, there are other things also. You have internodal injection, which we do not give to every bamboo. If there is a bamboo which is going into the soil, then what you can do is you can do a hot and cold treatment in which the 2 feet of the bamboo which is going below can be you boil the oil, which is like a creosote oil, or used up your engine oil or something like that, and you put your bamboo in that, and it's boiled. When it's boiling, just remove the heat. The bamboo soaks the whole oil, and that bamboo, even if you put it in an infested soil for months together, nothing happens to it.
Yeah, no insects.
First, you have to hit the bamboo.
Yeah, heat the bamboo in the oil,
In the oil.
and then you remove the heat and allow it to cool for 24 hours.
At the boiling point.
At the boiling point, you just remove immediately. Remove the fire. Suppose you want to do a bamboo tile, which is completely exposed. You can use the same process. Boil the tile in that. It will remain like that. Nothing will happen to it.
Used engineering.
Yeah.
We are designing in a very commercial aspect. So what we can do for the fire protection of the building?
You don't need to do anything. One thing is that the treated bamboo is generally fireproof by itself.
Like for how much time?
No. It is only the dry bamboo which catches fire. It is not this bamboo has to have 15 to 20% moisture content when you are doing a building. And you have to seal it with some kind of a sealant. Sealant means the paint or whatever, finish. So you have to understand the finish is not to give color or anything. It's a protection. And that is number one. Number two, bamboo has got silica. And I don't know how many people you are aware. Silica is a material used for fire retardant, used as a fire retardant. So silica chars when it starts getting hot. The char which forms over the bamboo, it stops the fire from going outside to inside the bamboo. And that charring process happens in wood also. Because of this, wood and bamboo are as good or as bad as steel or concrete when the fire situation is there. Though any industry, because they are producing steel and cement, would not want to publish this result. But this has already been done by CBRI Roorkee. I was there in last year in September in Aizawl itself. We had a presentation by the person who is doing the fire auditing of buildings, and he showed us that at some kind of a temperature, steel completely fails, but wood and bamboo will still remain there. It will not collapse.
So these documents can be used for getting fire rating of any building?
Yes.
Like for any bamboo?
Yes, why not? We are trying to do that.
Bamboo temperature catches fire by 500 degrees centigrade.
We bake rice in bamboo now.
Ma'am, actually,
You
that's
make rice
why.
in bamboo everywhere. Yeah.
That's why we bend the bamboo, make different shapes.
Yeah. That's what.
Once
So
it
is
bended,
not-
it will be remain there.
500
It is
degrees
not-
centigrade.
it is not
It will catch
inflammable.
fire actually.
As the perception is, a dry bamboo, yes, it is inflammable. But then dry, even your wood can catch fire or something like that. But not otherwise. So bamboo, that way, the silica outside, the coating that you have, is actually retarding the fire, or protecting it from the fire to go inside. So that is it's a myth.
Ma'am, is
And
there a
very
particular time frame from where how you cut and after how many days you can use it for construction or something?
Actually, I do not cut. It's very difficult for us, and right now, now the bamboo has been taken out of the forest regime recently, and so still the plantations we have not been able to get very good bamboo for ourselves. So we buy it from the normal bamboo bazaar and bamboo market, and we get it from there, and they get from some plantation. They inform us because we have been working for 20 years. They know the kind of bamboo we want. So whenever they get good bamboo, they inform us, and we get it and we treat it and we keep it ready for our construction. Generally, we do like that. Yeah.
Generally, which species you use for the construction?
Bamboo bazaar में species बोल के तो नहीं मिलता है. You don't get it. But generally, bambusa bambos, strictus, stocksy, tulda. Generally, we get these in Bangalore. Stocksy is more, and bambusa bambos. Bambusa bambos is slightly crooked.
Strictus is there.
Yeah, strictus we have the smaller one, which we do use for purlins and things like that. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, we just get the bamboo and we just use it. But if you say generally in India, bambusa bambos and then Dendrocamera strictus is number one in availability completely all over the country generally. Next is bambusa bambos. Yeah, both are very good for construction. And then you have stocksy, tulda, balcoa. Some parts of the country you get proper one. Otherwise, they are heavy for construction. The gauge. So it becomes inefficient to do the construction. So it is like that.
Thank you, ma'am. This crystal, do you have any sort of logic or we can do randomly?
You can do randomly as long as it follows the same line and no two go parallel.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and here we go.
And here we need to tie it.
No, actually, it's okay because
We
there'll
don't
be
need to
more
tie.
and more and more, and eventually it will all hold everything.
Don't you think it will, if tension, if the tension will increase, don't you think it will go up?
No, because the tension, if we weave from all different directions, comes from all sides at relatively the same time.
Okay.
So it shouldn't push it up. We do this with the beginning ones just to make the shape of the frame, so that then we can do the weaving we're doing now.
And what we're doing up here we have the end position. So we will left it here or we need to start from there.
Sorry, what was that?
That, piece of that,
Yep.
it's tucked here, right?
Yep.
After this, we need to start from here or something.
We might leave it.
Might be.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll depend. Okay. Up there. Yep. Okay.
Why do you think about this? Why not here?
We will eventually fill that,
Okay,
but at the moment I'm trying to fill a...
Or a particular section?
Yeah, because there's a section that looks a bit flat on top.
Okay.
So at the moment we're starting here just with the aim of arriving at a particular point up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about this thread? We're measuring the height of...
Yeah, this is so that the radius is the same on the whole structure.
Okay. And
So,
even on the top also?
yeah,
Okay. Always it will be same?
exactly, yeah.
Okay. Then
And
it will
so
be...
what happened here is we discovered that some of these, the radius is a little bit too short. You
So
see?
how you bring that down?
No, so we're putting new ones on that are bigger, like that one. Yeah. Okay, so we have new
Yeah, so why not?
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Everyone together, a little louder, please. Hare Krishna, bolo bolo bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama. One more time, a little louder, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, one more time with your heart. Hare Krishna. Bolo, 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 bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
See, but we have to put another one to prop it up.
Yeah.
Don't, just leave it not too tight so we can lift it when we put the crossbar.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, a little louder, please. A little louder. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody together, a little louder, please. Whoa! Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, everyone together, a little louder with your heart. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
You were doing, even though it was a double wire, you were doing this.
Yeah.
You're putting all the stress in one point. By doing this, you're distributing in a larger area, so it's stronger. Okay, and this one, because it's all in one try, if I lose it and try to put it again, it will break.
Correct.
You know?
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Let me try this out.
The next, always
Paul,
go.
could you explain that knot again? So that
The expert's doing.
You're left-handed, right? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to press more. Now keep them together.
Turn it inside. Right.
Yeah. So any of the side doesn't matter. You're right-handed or left-handed?
Left-handed.
So do it to the other side. You put the wire there.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you spin. No. You're doing that. You have to be there. You see, perpendicular to the wires, to the tail. Perpendicular to like this.
Okay.
Now, so when you get there, you just stand to the other side, you know? Keep on going like that. See?
Screw it up.
it's better to show us again. Yeah, things look very super easy, but it's really not that.
You see? When you cut these tails, we usually don't cut the wire first. We work with the roller and we feed as much as we need, so we don't have to waste too much wire. And then you just give it a hit so they go inside so people don't harm themselves, okay? So now we do this.
The other hand.
Again.
Yeah, this is okay also.
Push. 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 Push.
You wanna work?
Push.
I'm not allowed.
Okay. You're not allowed to work?
Why? We alone.
Because I didn't pay.
Push. How much more I
I allow you.
we are
Okay, you just have to get a pair of gloves. You're not allowed to just apply gloves.
Push. Push.
That is a beautiful thing.
All is it correct? See?
First you have to make a cross.
What is it doing?
First you have to make the cross. You have to make this cross. No more. Twist it inside, I think. Now you do.
Which one? Pull or push? Pull or push? Push.
There is a bug. There is a bug.
ऐसा नहीं होने का.
Not good.
It's not good.
Not good.
Not good. This is too big. Yeah. But look, that's alright. Let's do it again. But it's better to practice on the ground, more comfortable, you know, because it's already difficult, and by doing it
step by step. That's
by doing it in an uncomfortable position,
we fold it.
okay.
Yeah.
You make a simple twist.
Okay.
Okay. You put them together. You put your plier there and bend it so these two come in the same direction as that one.
Okay.
And then you spin. When you spin, you're creating a plane, right?
Okay.
Spinning any object that you spin creates a plane. That plane has to be perpendicular to these three ones that are coming this way, okay? See? And then you cut it.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, a little louder with your heart. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
This is a Taiwanese tying technique. They use in Taiwan.
Okay.
This from Taiwan as well.
Use a similar wire.
Thinner. It's too thick, you don't need that. This is just to hold the shape. It's not structural.
It's not required this thick, no?
Huh?
This thick is not required.
We use usually 1.5.
1.5.
This is probably 2.
Yeah. Italy.
Or you can use 1 mil and you use it double. So when you do it double, look, I'll show you. It's a different technique.
There only can show you.
Okay.
Look. Show you. If you want to do something like a stronger connection, you measure once there, and then you make it double.
Okay.
Then you go through the loop. Through the loop. Then you wrap around and you start twisting. See? It's very similar to the other one, but with this one you can put.
But the starting is a little different.
Yeah.
When you start the knot, it's different.
Different.
Why don't you show once again, please?
No, but it's in the camera, no?
Yeah.
Okay, we have really little wire at the moment. Okay. Then there's also another one you can do to connect two crossing pieces. That you go. I don't want to do it now, but you go.
This will be mostly on crisscross on the top of the section or something.
It's hard because these plates are floating on the sky. You know? Can you hold this? Hold this firmly, okay?
Yeah.
Go like that. Down. Then you cross over. Cross over.
Should I help you from here?
It's fine. Just hold this one. Okay. I'm gonna go over here. The same principle. Hold tight. It's not going anywhere.
Quite strong, yeah?
Yeah.
How much you want?
Huh?
Push. Wait.
पिछवाड़े में भी लगा ले।
Okay, you keep going. You keep going.
पिछवाड़े में भी कैमरा लगा लो क्या?
No.
रिकॉर्ड हो रहा है कि रिकॉर्ड स्टार्ट किया हो?
No, you have to
करके दो करके।
photo.
फोटो यू वांट
Yeah.
ओनली?
Yeah, only click.
दिख नहीं रहा
slide
है ड्यू टू द
Just
हरे कृष्ण।
you have to slide it.
Which one?
Yeah.
रुको। हाँ। करते रहो तुम्हारा
That's good. Keep going down. That's good.
Click photo.
Oh.
I know very
I need to put in my portfolio actually.
लिया हूँ 4-5 फोटो।
Thank you.
Okay, you're not concentrating. We need to.
Yeah, I'm.
Need to listen.
Yeah.
Okay, push. Are we going?
Push. Just instruct us.
दम लगा के हाई सर। हाँ दम लगा के हाई सर।
Okay, we're at the end. So stop.
Stop.
Can you tuck it in? Can you tuck it? Tuck it tight.
Yeah. Just,
Okay. Gonna go forward or backwards?
Push.
Okay. Great. Great. Perfect. Oh, there. It's stuck there. Yeah, more.
लेक्चर वेक्चर भी होगा
कुछ नहीं लेक्चर है प्रैक्टिकल
ये चलता रहेगा।
हाँ जी
How long this house stays? This house, this structure can last for how many years?
Well, it's not a permanent structure.
Still.
Right? The rain and the sun is gonna
Break
take
it.
out of the bamboo, but it will last, I don't know, like 3 years standing there.
But
It
if you
could last longer standing. It would just some parts will crumble exactly, but
we can cover it with some other material and
yeah,
then it can
even a
last. long.
plastic, even a mold or like a palm tree leaves or yeah, I guess you could cover it. This one's not gonna be covered.
Yeah.
It's the idea, like Juan Pablo was saying, the story of the three pigs house.
You can tell us again.
Yeah, so it's one
Maybe
pig
come here
built
because
this
they're
house
background.
bricks. One pig built his house on wood, and the other built his house on palm leaves. So when the air came, the hurricane came, the only guy that had the house, it was the wooden one. No? The bricks fell down, everything fell down, and because this one has gaps, the wind passed through it. It's never gonna fall down. It's something like that. I mix it up. But
It's okay. Good.
Push. Push. Probably glow flat है
खाली paid participant.
Push.
करो मेहनत करो कुछ.
You never mention when you're done.
Yeah.
I think we should do another one. It's in here. It's in here. Oh, I know.
Can you push a bit? Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
मस्त लग रहा है ना.
हाँ इसका गेट कहाँ बनाया ना
गेट उधर बनेगा.
बिना गेट का है ना बिना गेट का
नहीं गेट है ना
गेट नहीं होगा तो अंदर कैसे घुसेंगे ये लोग.
I think it's enough. No, it's not good. Oh, yeah, but okay.
कुछ ना घर चले जाओ, रूम चला जाओ,
सो जाइए.
और रेस्ट करो.
हाँ मैं कर लूँगा. आज कुछ है नहीं खास. हम लोग के भी घर हम भी निकल जाएंगे उससे. We need to pull it a little bit.
Yes. Sorry?
I have to go down.
Where is the saw? I think just right where you are, like in a straight line.
I'm looking for a saw. Do you see it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, until we get clean material. Okay, when you finish, you check the other side. If you see a branch coming out, this one doesn't have any, you clean it, you know. Branches are like this. Okay, so for example, something like this, when we're weaving, will get stuck and will make it very hard to weave. So that you clean as well the same way. Okay, just like that until it gets very sharp.
Smooth.
You go the other side. If it doesn't, it's smooth. Okay, it's good. Okay, always with gloves, always away from your body. Okay, and then try to make sure these guys are running here, so make sure you're not on their way. They come this way, and then make a pile of all the finished material. Okay, and you can do this sitting down on the ground, so you don't have to be standing up.
Pablo, how much time it is taking to build this house by 4 people? Let's assume.
Huh?
Making this dome.
Yeah.
We have 4 people. How much time it will take?
I don't know. Depends the people.
If they are working genuinely, then.
It depends the people. Depends the experience of the people. These 4 guys will probably take a month. My team will probably take a week. You know. But depends if you can get the splits already split, or you have to do everything from scratch. Yeah.
एक नया बम्बू स्प्लिट करो, हम रिकॉर्ड करेगा। प्रभु जी
You can fade it back in at the end that way. Yeah. It's not as low as you can, but if you have to, you pull a bit more at the end and then you pull back.
Just London people. A bit hard.
Yes. गोपाल भैया इधर इधर फोल्ड हो रहा है।
इधर चाहिए
किनारा खींचो दोनों साइड से।
अब एक जन
बस बस आप क्यों चल रहे हैं? अब हो गया
बस हो गया नेक्स्ट के लिए
इसको फोल्ड करो, नीचे छोड़िए डाउन।
One second. Can you just pull it this side further? Right side, yeah. Okay.
Little more.
No, we have this guy also. We'll have to remove that guy.
this need to be cut it down.
We will cut it down. Good job, people.
How to fix this one?
We'll just tie it off.
जल्दी नीचे उतरो, वो अपने यहाँ बैठ के रहो।
हाँ
आ जाओ।
गंदा है ना?
गोपाल भाई ऐसा बांधना पड़ेगा ना? नट बांधना पड़ेगा।
बांध दो।
So what is the ratio actually of this mixture?
Starting we put the 1-3 at least.
1-3 of cement,
and
sand.
3, yeah.
You are mixing Fevicol also.
Chemical also.
But how much?
That is no, with the experience actually we have put actually
required, yeah.
250
It is required.
250
Once you
actually.
start mixing, you will be having experience towards it, how much it should be there.
How you understand that this much is enough or I need to add some more? How?
That's what, by doing it only.
Oh, you must have some
Maybe
thickly-
maybe
idea.
1/3.
1/3.
For cement, whatever mixing, one ratio you can mix it.
Okay, that means if I
three
put
times of cement and 1 time of Fevicol.
sand.
Sand plus Fevicol.
Let's 1 packet of
3
cement.
packet of cement and 1.5 packets of mud.
Now we should start from again.
Okay,
1 packet cement,
yeah.
3 packet of sand, and 1 packet of Fevicol. From that we can start, then we can understand later.
Will be understanding.
Okay, this is the only.
Initially, you can add you can add 1.5 cement also. Where we can more stuff we can be there. More thickness will be there to stick
Okay.
it over.
Do we need to put something more here, or this is enough?
No, I have knowing only about this knowledge, so you have to ask the people.
Okay, thank you.
Till then, I know this.
Okay, then we need to tie all these things.
Yes, that
Okay.
the people are doing bad thing. And that's why
Yeah, this wire binding okay.
again, same thing here also.
This also binding, no? Okay. না এটা এখানে করে ফেল।
এই যে ধরে উঠাচ্ছি, যারা খালি পায় তারা ভেতরে, যারা জুতা তারা বাইরে এগুলো নিয়ে যাচ্ছে।
20 liters of water.
अरे एला ব্যাপার না, পাটা বুটা
गोपाल भैया ये पतला पतला है, चलेगा या ज्यादा मोटा करना चाहिए इसको?
नहीं, पतला पतला नहीं, ये सेम साइज का है।
पानी कितना देते हो?
पानी जो है कि इसमें 20 लीटर पानी दिए फर्स्ट में।
कितना सीमेंट दियो?
सीमेंट 25 kg दिए हैं।
बालू
और पाव
75।
25 kg
अच्छा,
हाफ बैग। उसके बाद में 250 ग्राम फेविकोल दिए।
अच्छा शुरू से बताओ, कंफ्यूज हो गया।
तो पहला नंबर की हमने बालू छन्नी करवाया।
हाँ।
उसके बाद में जो है कि जमा किए, उसके बाद में जो है कि हम गटर बनाए तिरपाल से। उसके बाद में सपोर्ट उपोर्ट
नहीं अच्छा सर,
पहले से बता रहे
हाँ।
सर लोग आकर के हम लोग को काफी हेल्प किए।
हाँ।
सब मिल के काम कर रहे हैं।
मिक्सिंग बताओ, हेल्प तो होता रहेगा।
मिक्सिंग
सबसे पहले हम दुकान से ये खरीदे, ये नहीं बताया।
फर्स्ट नंबर हम तो बेंगलोर से आए, ये सब
हाँ। नहीं बताए चलिए, सीमेंट दिए 1 बाल्टी।
नहीं, 1 बाल्टी नहीं, सीमेंट 25 kg, फेविकॉल 250 ग्राम, 20 लीटर पानी। उसमें से थोड़ा हमको कम पानी पड़ा तो फिर 5 लीटर
पानी दिया,
पानी डाल
देके उसको मिक्स किया।
उसको पूरा मिक्सिंग किया।
हो गया।
सीमेंट जो है कि डालमिया का है या
कौन सा कंपनी है पता नहीं, वो वाला तो नहीं है। बांगुर सीमेंट सस्ता नहीं, सबसे अच्छा।
यहाँ का पता नहीं, यहाँ का जो इंचार्ज दिया हमको पता नहीं, हमको सीमेंट से मतलब
ये कितना इफेक्टिव होगा नहीं पता। I don't know.
इधर दे दो और इसमें बंद।
ये तो छेदा हो गया, बारिश नहीं गिरेगा, फिर उसके ऊपर और एक लेयर चढ़ाएंगे क्या?
We will see. Generally, it does not open more. If it opens more, then we just finish it with the thing and do a lime water.
Finish with this liquid. Because when we're tying, नहीं होना
नहीं हो छोटा है ये छोटा है ये हम चाव रहे हैं
संभल के फूट जाएगा
बहुत बड़ा है ये बड़ा देखा नो सीमेंट का कनो का लिंगो है सीधा नहीं तेरे का यार वो कसलो तुम कनो प्रो कोची प्रो लिसी सीधा नंग पुन गिरा अब तक तो नहीं जी कोची पाया लो ले क्या तो देना बनेगा उस तरफ से करो आप इस तरफ से करो bún bê thô năm mình cho cái này ông nói gì lấy xe lọc cho ai lấy cái vật nó là uống tăng lên mồm ai dám bún gì anh đi xe lọc một chỗ năng nhảy cay thằng kia cay thằng kia ai
चलो anh है मुझे सीधी करना दो अरे बैठ दो
इसको हाथ से करना नहीं चाहिए हाथ से नहीं होगा
नहीं होगा तक नहीं होगा हाथ से करके
वायर है ना
नहीं स्ट्रॉन्ग वायर
नहीं स्ट्रॉन्ग पॉइंट से
năm दिन में हम तो ठेंगे दे था है इमाई तो हम
ऊपर जा रहे इधर से बांधेंगे
भैया इसको मत बांधिए इसको फिर डबल करके बांधना होगा
अमन हाथ पालो है
ओवरलैप होगा ना
आज सोना खाने का खला आगे से
इधर से तरह
अच्छा गोपाल भैया ये जो छेदा हो जा रहा है उसके लिए क्या करेंगे
उसके लिए फिर से सीमेंट डालना होगा आपके पास में टाइम नहीं
नहीं मतलब डालना पड़ता है तो ये जो मिक्स है उसको डाल देना पड़ता है
वहाँ पर नहीं
अच्छा
कहाँ डालना पड़ता है इसमें
अरे ये जो छेदा हो गया
करने के लिए प्लास्टर होगा
अच्छा इसके ऊपर कुछ लगेगा
क्या बने
ये चूना लगेगा
चलो
इस साइड बांधना है
थोड़ा मैंने वो लाइन
एक मिनट तुम
Okay, does it feel hard below? Is it like, or it feels creamy in the middle?
It's creamy in the middle. Yeah, it's creamy in the middle.
Okay, good.
Peter, when we should understand that mud is ready?
He'll tell you. He's been here for the last half an hour. He knows.
भी कर सकती है हाथ छोड़ के
बताओ अभी
हाँ बताओ
फोन पे हो जाओ फ्री
हाँ बताओ
जैसे अभी ना कुछ हम ये जब रेडी हो जाएगा ना तो कुछ टेस्ट करेंगे पहले थोड़ा सा उठा के उसकी बॉल बना ली बॉल को नीचे मारा मतलब आपने वेस्ट हाइट से ऐसे नीचे छोड़ दिया अगर तो पप करके वो फैल जाए तब वो तब पप
चलो
फैल जाए तो इट इज टू वाटरी इट शुड स्टैंड सम वाटर ओके एंड फिर उसके बाद आप उसका एक कैप्सूल टाइप बनाते हो लंबा सा एंड यू होल्ड इट लाइक दिस if it stands horizontally and firm then it is good if it starts to fall it has too much of mud content the fibers and haze will keep it steady
गुरुजी कंफ्यूजन है
बताइए पूछिए
ये इसको कैप्सूल बना के एक हाथ में पकड़ना है क्या
एक हाथ में ऐसे पकड़ना है
अच्छा
2 फिंगर में
अच्छा ये अंदर में दब ना जाए आपका कहना है
नहीं ऐसे जस्ट पकड़ना है उसको
होल्ड इट
वो मिडल से पकड़ोगे ना इतना लंबा पीस बन जाएगा मिडल से पकड़ोगे तो गिरना नहीं चाहिए
ओके
लपकना नहीं चाहिए
What will be the ratio? What will be the ratio of that?
Huh? He'll tell you.
मैं तो अंदर डाल सकता हूँ
This is my new assistant professor.
Okay.
So professor, ratio of the cow dung and mud.
Actually, cow dung and mud nahi, it is clay and mud.
Clay and what?
Clay and mud.
Clay and mud.
Actually, these are both same thing on their
Where I get the clay?
on their core.
but it is just about the size.
बोलने तो दे पहले पूछती जरा
सिर्फ उनके साइज में फर्क होता है, उनके ग्रेन के साइज में।
जो लोअर पार्ट होता है दैट्स द क्ले, जो नीचे से निकलता
जो ये वाली मिट्टी है वो मड है, रेत है, बेसिकली रेत और मिट्टी।
वो रेत है जो कंस्ट्रक्शन के लिए यूज होता है।
तो मड चाहिए अपने को 70% और जो
मड मीन्स ये 70%।
मड मीन्स जो फाइन वाली चीज है ना।
अरे भाई वो जो मिट्टी और बालू रेत खत्म।
रेत चाहिए 70% और दूसरी मिट्टी चाहिए हमें 30%।
70% सैंड
आइडियली, लेकिन हम 50-50 कर सकते हैं, 60-40 कर सकते हैं, लेकिन आइडियली 70-30 का चलता है।
75-25 का मिक्स।
70% 30%।
70% क्ले मतलब ये
हम मिट्टी को क्ले बोलते हैं।
आपने उल्टा, पहले आपने उल्टा बोल दिया।
सैंड इज 70%।
अरे भाई भारतीय भाषा में बात करो, सबको समझ।
रेत 70%।
हाँ
70% रेट, बड़ी तो कम डाली है अभी ये ज्यादा है और वो कम डाली है।
ऑलरेडी बीच में डाल दी थी पहले, वो सिर्फ ऊपर से भरी है जो जितनी कमी लग रही है।
लग रहा है ये उल्टा होगा, उनके ज्यादा होगी,
उनके अंदाजे में चल रहा है ना ये।
Excuse me, you are mixing only sand and water.
Yes,
30% clay
30% clay
and 70% sand.
and then this musa
And no cement, right? No cement.
No.
काउ डंग प्रेफरेबल है कि डाल लो, लेकिन उसमें क्या होता है कि कोरोजन नहीं होता, वाटर कोरोजन हटाने के लिए होता है, वो रोकने के लिए।
मतलब क्रैक्स
ये उसके ऊपर प्लास्टिक डाल दियो ना,
प्लास्टिक से ही तो बचने के लिए ये सब कर रहे हैं।
मतलब अगर
सैंड सीमेंट भी डालो तो फिर
होगी तो उससे क्रैक वो सब नहीं होंगे,
वाटर इरोजन नहीं होगा। हाँ, वाटर को वो थोड़ा बाहर फेंकता है।
कितना
How about cow dung and these straws? How about cow dung and straws?
He is not told about cow dung. Actually,
The world is the one that's made with people stepping on it. And it's not only the process of the foot, but it's also the energy of the human being, the memory, as I said yesterday, being registered in the earth and in the water that we're stepping on. And you see, no one's having a bad time. Everyone's like having a good time. So it's positive energy going into the earth.
अभी आ जाओ।
We're getting Lara. Hey, where is Lara? I saw her. Come, Lara. Come here.
Okay, let's get this mix on the wall. Good, it's good. Okay, we'll do the test again for this group. Okay, everyone grab a handful.
आप देखना अभी टेस्ट करें।
Okay, everyone grab a handful. Okay, the first thing we'll do is a little ball.
Squeeze the water out or not?
No, just make a little ball. Mine's already pretty dry.
It sits dry.
Remember, we're having fun here. If this was professional, we would like, but we're just having fun, and things aren't perfect, but that's not the point. Okay, so I'm gonna drop it from my belly button down, and if it were to crack like this everywhere, it's because it has too much clay. If it was to do like this, it's because it has too much sand. The fact that it stayed together means that it's good. The proportions are good. Okay, that's the first test.
if you have a crack then there's no clay.
Yeah.
What about this?
That's perfect. That's perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that's all fine. All fine. Remember what I said. If full of lines, it's because it has too much clay. If it like becomes little pieces, it's because it has too much sand. That's the difference. Sand. Look. This is sand. If I squeeze sand, look, it doesn't stick together. When I squeeze clay, it stays as a ball. So it's the clay in the sand that is keeping this together. Right? Sand doesn't stay together alone. It needs the clay to become a ball. Yeah? But there's only 30% sand and, sorry, 70% sand to 30% clay. That's the ideal mix. So I said before, if I was a little ant, and I look at an adobe wall, I will see a rock wall. It's basically a rock wall because sand is a stone, it's a little baby stone. Okay, so the next test, I squeeze it. Open my hand. If it was too wet, I would feel the water here. If it was too dry, it would fall apart. So everything's fine, that was fine. And then now we test for the tensile strength of the fiber. And we make this shape here. And I put it on its side, and you can see if it was too sandy, they would crack. If it was too, it would fall apart, right? So the fiber, what's working here is the fiber. So this is a great mix. This is a really good mix, and we did it in 5 seconds. No laboratory, no testing, no nothing. Just go for it, because Earth is that generous. I have never, like I said yesterday, gone on a project and said, okay, sorry everybody, I'm going home, I cannot work here. You can work anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world where there's Earth, you can get busy, all right? So now everyone grab a bunch, and we're gonna put it on the wall.
Basically, 9 times out of 10, the mix is okay.
10 times out of 10. Because you always either add a little sand or it's like cooking. You can always make a cake. Yeah.
Basically, we have to do it in a fun way so that
it's just a level of goodness. Good, better, great, but it's never bad.
I can be very
Okay, now we need to make teams. So grab a bunch and half go in the inside and half on the outside. And get a partner over on the other.
लगाइए
नहीं सामने हो तब लगाना है।
Okay, so get a partner on the other side.
इतना बड़ा लिया
हाँ इतना बड़ा ठीक है रेडी
ठीक है यहाँ पे
हाँ
हाँ
चलो
अंदर से लगाया
तोड़ मत देना
Okay. Grab a partner. Okay. And we're gonna work together right here. 1, 2, 3. And now we gotta do the massage. You gotta like wipe it out. Okay, now here. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And now with your hand, massage. Massage, make it smooth.
मसाज करिए सर जी, मसाज नहीं हो रहा है। मसाज नहीं, अच्छे से करिए। आप इस तरफ देखिए। नहीं, इधर से ही हो रहा है।
Yeah, that's more or less okay, but a little filler, I could get a little filler.
Yeah, here. Go here.
Great, thanks. You want to do it?
Ready? You got more?
Nice
No.
mix up.
Okay. No. Go get from there. It's harder for us to get it. No. Nice and thin. Just a finger beyond the bamboo.
Working with a partner.
It's better with so you can pull. You want to like throw it and they can stop it on that side.
Okay.
Come. Okay.
Got some.
Here.
Okay.
So together, boom. So you can. So if I do it alone, it doesn't work.
Okay.
No,
That's the stone we're just putting it in the middle.
1, 2, 3. Here.
दबाइए.
हाँ.
Ready? Go. Yes. Nice. And then we massage it.
Thickness should not be more than 1 inch or something like that.
Yeah, just a little beyond the bamboo. This is a rough, and then later we make it cleaner.
Later we can make it finish.
Yeah, this is the first
layer.
We need 3 layers to make it a nice flat wall.
These layers will be immediately, or we can give some space to dry it up.
Yeah.
Need to give some space to dry it up.
Yeah. And then we come with a second layer and then a third layer. And every layer it gets better and better.
मेरे पास नहीं मुझे लाना पड़ेगा लेके आती हूँ
How much time basically you can give it up to dry it up?
As quickly as you can.
From the first layer.
Yeah.
How much after? How much?
A week or 2 depends where you live. If
Okay.
it's very dry, if it's rainy.
It need to be proper dry or little bit
dry.
proper dry.
100% dry.
Then the second layer, then the third layer.
If you put a second layer on a wet, you have a lot of problems.
It will fall apart.
Yeah, and it will crack and not good.
1, 2, 3.
That's the dry. Ready?
हाँ यहाँ पे भी लगाना पड़ेगा 1, 2, 3 एक्चुअली यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा ना लेयरिंग करना पड़ेगा पहले
Very good. And when this dries, it's like concrete. Yeah. To move this, they're going to have to bring a bulldozer. Ah. Okay, how about you?
Yeah. 1,
2, 3. Okay, can you put some here also?
Yes, yes. 1, 2, okay, no. Actually, यहाँ पे थोड़ा ये भी है.
Okay, nice.
इधर थोड़ा लगेगा सर।
हाँ लगेगा।
अच्छा एक बार दोनों तरफ से थोड़ा दबाए।
हाँ।
ऐसे बस। Thank you for bringing the money.
No, both hard.
We got told to do the massage. Proper massage is required.
मसाज कर क्या कर रही है? मजा नहीं आ रहा।
मैं तो तू क्या कर?
मैं तुम्हें देख रहा हूँ।
इतना हिल रहा है कि गिर ना जाए।
नहीं गिरेगा नहीं।
Make it a ball, kind of. Then put it together.
Actually, I am ready to put some from there.
अरे गिर जा रहा है। अरे बनता टूट रहा है। I think that is less bamboo. थोड़ा कम है ना उधर?
No, the below portion is empty.
हाँ इसीलिए
Empty here.
That's right. रात में बिल्ली आएगा इसीलिए उसको छोड़ दो थोड़ा।
You gotta be careful when you bring things down, then you affect other things.
Okay.
You see, so you don't want to lean on it.
Okay.
See when you lean on it, see how it affects the whole structure. So, you see up here, so you need to be just a little bit careful. Well, what you do is just,
Because this is not coming.
it's pretty close. Let's just leave it there.
So here we know already that this is not inch.
This is
Little bit out of.
a little bit out, but nothing you
That
would,
we can do in mud.
nothing would see. No more here.
No, here
Once
it is
you-
no mud otherwise.
Yeah, but once the shape is gone, it's very hard to get back again. So this is very important.
It's about shape. This is not about structure. Structure will come with the weaving. So we just want to get this as perfect as we can. Yeah. You see, this is forming a triangle. They're forming rectangles and squares here. This is not what we want. This is not even. It's not even attached to this end. So we just leave this loose because we need to attach this. We might go across here even, or across there, to form triangles. You see here, look, we've got rectangle, rectangle, rectangle. One little bit triangle. They don't.
You want this.
We want triangles. Here's strength. See, this is strong.
Yeah.
So we want these to form. These little triangles here, and the larger triangles even. Here's a triangle here. That's good.
We could bring it there.
Yeah, we could bring it. We need to form bring it across each of the other arches. So
After all, we have to remove this. Do we? We can just move it.
maybe we do.
What we can do is,
Once he's tied that, I see.
if you just put it here, we can start from here. We'll go like this. There will be a triangle. No, then here we are losing triangle.
Yeah.
In the trapezium. If we follow this,
Why don't you make it like this?
he's saying that the triangle we are losing. Ah, right. We can cross like this.
Like this, cross like this.
It doesn't matter which way we go. This is always going to look Look at the drone. Your dance. I'm waiting for it. Yours. It's kind of not really fast.
In the workshop, in the conference hall, you had mentioned that architects, government don't like you because you have minimalistic tools for making your kinds of houses. Yeah. So, what type of houses you're making, and how much duration it takes for them to finish?
What kind of houses am I making?
You're focusing mainly on bamboo or cobs also?
I make usually adobe.
Adobe, okay.
Yeah, usually I'm making adobe homes, and I make millionaire homes, and I make low-income homes. I make both. So, and they're both the same. There's no difference. One is this big, and the other is this big.
In America, I heard that the government doesn't like natural houses. They have some norms.
They have in America, you can't use rain catchers because supposedly the rain is a federal reserve. So people have gone to jail for collecting rainwater. So the very strict building code. It's because you can't make money with that. I can't sell you that because it's there, it's free. So that doesn't work in a capitalist society. So that's why they make it illegal. Not illegal, but they just make it difficult. You can't get a permit and things like that. Or if you want to use it, I think there's a law. I'm not sure how it works in the U.S., but a few architects have actually had their licenses taken away for using mud building. But they require that you put 10% cement in your mix. So by doing that, you ruin the whole idea.
Structure, yeah. Natural.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with this?
You just don't bother with the government. Or you give them what they want to see, and then you turn around and do what you want to do. Because it's all paperwork, really, at the end of the day.
Okay. Amazing. How many houses you have constructed so far?
Me? Over 20.
Wow. Amazing. Would you like to come to India to teach our friends? We have roughly 100,000 followers on YouTube. I run world's largest network on self-sustainability.
Okay.
So we organize courses on different subjects like Ayurveda, organic farming, treating animals, how to treat them, protection, all different things. Now we are starting courses in mud, earth bags, bamboo maybe. So would you be interested or will be available?
Coming to India is always great. Anytime.
So I want to ask you one question that what is the good duration for a student to learn something
professional?
Yeah.
Professional, maybe 3 months.
Is it possible to do an actual project, real-time project for a charity? And
we could probably build a charity house in 30 days.
Okay. So I own around 425 acres of land, just 1 hour flight from here, and three-sided river, everything. It's very good location. I plan to start a bamboo university, a natural housing university, where we want to teach everything of natural housing. We also plan to start medicine university, where we will teach everything of herbs and diagnosis, everything. So we want to make curriculum for that. So we would like to also need your help on that. And we are ready. We already have the land. We are already having students. If we put on our channel that we have a course coming up, we will have students. And our philosophy is education must be free. Education must not be a business. So what we do is we never charge students, but we give donations to the faculties because they have to live, of course. And this is how we have been organizing courses so far, and they have been very good. And we upload the courses like this course I'm going to upload on my channel. And so we would like to work with you on this aspect. If you just said that 3 months is a good time for professional, so that 3 months is only for a particular type of house like adobe or bamboo, or it's a mix of all?
No, we can mix it. I mean, 3 months is like really to create a professional, but in 1 month you can already create
a house,
but you can also create people to develop. It's enough for them to go and develop and learn like a semi-pro, but they can go on their own. They can pretty much, because what you need here is it's like I make a cake. I can teach you to make a cake in 1 day, but you're gonna take like 10 cakes before you make it really well.
Oh yes.
So I can teach everyone in 1 month how to make everything good, and then they need to like make it again and again and again and again and again. They don't need me there every time to say that's good, that's bad. They just need to find the mistakes and learn.
So we plan to basically we are looking, this is what my vision is, for our upcoming school, whether it's Ayurveda, whether it's organic farming, whether it's permaculture, whether it's our bamboo university where we can teach everything in bamboo or natural housing. We will have accommodations we have to make, and we need school building. So everything like we will be planning, and we can have a course to make that whole thing with hundreds of students and something of that sort. Do you think it's practical?
Yeah, sure.
How many faculties do we need to teach 100 students at a time?
How many what?
Faculties meant like
teachers.
Yeah.
For 100 students?
To teach 100 students.
Like 3.
3 is good?
3 is good. 3, 4.
Amazing.
And then some of these people who have a bit of experience.
Yeah, like semi-experienced students, technical.
Yeah, like another 10 semi-experienced.
So 3 months is good for an alien to learn everything?
1 month is enough. Like I said, it's
I understand. I understand that point. That is a very important point which you mentioned. That 1 month you can teach everything by doing it, and then they will experiment.
And they have to redo it and redo it and redo
Of course.
it and redo it.
I definitely need your help. You're from which place? Your name and
My name is Atula Jadhav. I'm from Pune. I'm an industrial designer. I studied in NID Ahmedabad. My father's actually a farmer, so we were looking into growing bamboo, and yeah, the dream is to sort of build a sustainable system that is not just environmentally sustainable but also economically sustainable, because the farmers are the most impoverished demographic in the country, even though India is largely an agrarian country. So yeah, basically I came here to explore the options and to talk to people, make connections, and see if I can get some help in building a sustainable model, because farmers can grow bamboo. Now farming requires quite a bit of infrastructure, like if you're growing fruit you need a ripening room, you need storage, you need tools, you need housing, you need a lot of. So mostly this kind of infrastructure is concrete and steel based. So if we can sort of build a systems model wherein the farmer can use bamboo to build infrastructure, it will reduce his infrastructure costs, and on the side also he should be able to figure out a more the
Sustainable and economical.
yeah, an economic model in terms of to sell his produce basically. So I'm looking into what I can explore for
Would you be like, first of all, how you feel now in the last 3 days?
It's been revelatory, to be honest, to see different techniques used in building, different materials, like same material used 3 different ways.
Yeah.
You see, then there is a lot of mixing of materials, like here we have, there's a little bit of metal, a little bit of a lot of bamboo and a little bit of soil, and there we have the concrete cloth, and I think this is
Brilliant. Would you like to attend more workshops on natural housing, on different materials also?
Definitely. I had actually visited Bhuj. There's this place called Hunarshala. It's founded by one of the founding members is a guy named Kiran Bagela. They have explored a lot of natural building materials like beaten earth and vernacular to Kutch.
They teach also?
Yes, they have a training workshop. That is why it's called Hunarshala, wherein they sort of train the local people to use natural and vernacular building materials for general architecture.
Another one is Barefoot College.
Barefoot College.
Another one,
Wow,
I know. It's good. So, what is your vision for bamboo?
I think bamboo is such a versatile material. It needs to boil down into the daily life of the grassroots, and I think the problem lies within the collective mindset, because the rural demographic is enticed by the idea of apparent progress that is happening in the urban areas. But in reality, our perception of progress itself is very warped at this point, because everything doesn't have to be industrialized, and we don't have to talk about efficiency when we're losing something that is much bigger. We're losing sight of what's at stake here. So, I understand economic efficiency, but at what cost? So we need to somehow incentivize, and awareness is probably the only solution. So I feel like more workshops and more inclusive workshops is the key to changing the collective mindset.
Great.
No, you have to have multiple.
Sir, you were looking very beautiful when you were making the house here.
Oh, thank you.
And
kind of you.
How do you feel by doing the hands-on?
I take every opportunity to do that.
This is the
in my
first
normal
time.
life,
This is the first time
no,
you
I've
were
done
doing
it before. I've done a workshop in Auroville, Pondicherry.
on bamboo.
Bamboo and earth.
Oh, and
They do regular.
yeah, I've been stayed there. So
I've done all this, putting my feet in the mud, making adobe bricks, making corp structures.
Amazing.
Compressed earth brick.
do you have your own structure also? like
No, but I have a normal structure in Delhi. But what I'm trying to do is introduce more and more bamboo into it. For example, false ceilings. You know, everybody uses standard industrial products, but I've simply brought in bamboo.
Like a carpet, or like a board.
Ceiling.
Just bamboo.
Just bamboo.
Oh, so the gap between the
It
actual
makes a very nice effect.
Effect also.
So, if, for example, I have a glass roof, so you can see the light through.
Amazing.
If you don't have a glass roof in the false ceiling area, you can put lighting. You can get very nice effect.
Amazing. Where is your house?
But also chajjas, you know, window ka
Chajja.
chajja. You can make it from bamboo.
Yeah, friend.
I mean,
It looks beautiful also.
You can make pergolas. Chaya chahiye aapko. During the summer, you have too much sun in the roof.
Yes.
So people use, you want to grow plants. So in the summer, you use this green netting. Instead of green netting, I'm using bamboo.
Bamboo.
और कुछ खर्चा भी नहीं है 2000-3000 रुपए के लिए पूरा.
Yeah, very cheap also. So since how long you are getting in the bamboo scene?
Just now, last year.
Amazing.
Last 6 months.
My God.
Oh, I just gave it to Nico. I can give you another one.
Okay, pull it back. Don't die. Yeah. Yeah. Pull it back.
All around they have the weave. They're going too flat. Under that one.
What is this? It's for community gathering.
लॉक कर दे बस
कैसे हैं Your name?
Ankit.
करो चलो हो जाओ तो लगाओ जिम में चलो
Because I could not do because as a student I cannot have.
This cloth is made of what item? Just jute अपना बोरी होता है वही क्या?
हाँ कमिंग
तो ये काला रंग क्या है?
उस पे सीमेंट है सीमेंट पूरा मोटर है विद फेविकॉल
क्या रेशियो है इसका?
One second. That I don't know. That you can ask sir.
So what is the ratio of cement and Fevicol?
3. Not Fevicol.
Fevicol, yeah.
Fevicol 250 gram.
250 gram. And this cement?
1
kg. 1 kg.
1.
Oh, that is almost a kg, right?
1 3. So 250 gram this.
1/4 is Fevicol and
1 3. 1 3.
1/3.
1/3 is there.
And we just do the plastering.
First we started with the sieved sand.
Yeah.
Now we are mixing that one also.
Okay, on this mix.
There.
Okay. And this will be just put on the cloth.
Yeah.
Jute cloth. Jute.
You can see.
That's enough for protecting from rain, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
We are putting the lime on that.
Higher.
Chuna.
Last is the lime.
We are putting the chuna.
Okay. After that. After it dries.
It will dry. Tomorrow you can see that.
It's quite good.
So inside enamel paint. On top of that is lime.
लाओ मैं डालती हूँ।
आपने पहले किया है ये सब?
नहीं,
क्या सीखा आपने यहाँ पे?
mixing proportions of.
So what is the proportion?
1:3.
तो 1 क्या है?
1 is cement and 3 is sand and aggregate.
Aggregate is what? Stones?
Aggregate is kapchi. That
So sand and aggregate, what is the ratio?
sand and aggregate दोनों मिला के 1:3 में तीनों.
Okay, one third of each.
Yeah.
So sand 1/3, stones 1/3, and then
Cement.
cement is 1/3, and
Yeah.
it's mixed.
Yeah.
And that is Fevicol 1/3
So
and
basically, when we made first one was quite more slurry. The second one that we made that had more amount of cores and
Okay.
aggregates, so that it is more
Hard.
More hard.
It has that netty thing, na? So all the slurry will follow. Matlab, it fell down. So according to them, they said you have to make little thick so that the slum, that all the material will stick to the root. So that is why we are making little coarse now.
Yeah.
So you will be putting both the things, or you'll be just putting this now?
No, we
No,
put
now we will
both.
put the jute cloth
we are
here, and then
creating
we'll
this mixture.
mix.
लेप लगाएंगे.
Yeah, we'll do that laping thing on the jute.
You are from which place?
We are from Gujarat.
Which university?
GTU.
And you? Same, huh?
Same.
GTU is in which place city?
Gujarat Technical University.
From which city?
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad, huh? Great. You are architecture student.
No, we are architects.
Now we are
You're already architects.
Yeah, we are
So this is something new for you, or you already learned in?
like the jute thing. This one is new. Otherwise, the structure and everything that we studied in college, but right now we are
never practically implemented in any field, but now we are doing it.
But you already have some knowledge in architect learning about
Because
furniture.
in the college time they have we have
Given us some very nice. Let's see what you make.
थोड़ा सा पानी डाल के इसको डाल के मिला दीजिए.
इसमें पानी ज़्यादा नहीं है. भैया इसमें पानी ज़्यादा नहीं लग रहा. नहीं ठीक है.
Would you like to speak?
Yeah,
1 second. हम ज़्यादा आ रहा है यहाँ पे. You are from which place?
I'm from Delhi.
And you are a student or
I'm
already?
an architecture student, 5th year.
Okay.
Yeah, working for my thesis. So
This is something new to you, or already you have done this
no,
before?
this is something new to me. I've done mud walls before. So
Mud walls.
yeah.
With some other
cork
organization?
walls. I'd gone to Auroville, so there's
Oh,
Auroville Green
yeah.
Practices. I'd had a workshop there when I was in my 2nd year. So this is something.
It was part of your college, or
Yeah, it was a school trip. So every year we went to different separate places, like different sections went to different places. We'd gone to Pondicherry and Auroville, so that was fun. And we had learned cob walls and how to make those bricks. So
the CSCB, compressed bricks,
compressed cob.
Aurorum this machine bricks?
No, we did it by our hands.
So cob I understand, but did you also learn about the CSCB?
No.
They have, that is also the part of Auroville.
Okay.
And this is the second. Did you work with stones also?
No, I have not worked with stone yet. So the bamboo is first. Like this is the first time I'm working with understanding bamboo, learning things about it.
How do you feel?
I feel really nice, like really enlightened. I came here for the purpose to learn as much and incorporate it in my thesis. So I have a lot of things in my mind now, a lot of ideas. My mind has opened a lot.
Your name, please, and then.
I'm Aditi and I'm doing my architecture 5th year from Delhi. I'm interning right now, and the kind of firm which I belong to is also sustainable, and they work mainly for the projects which are sustainable in nature. So coming here is one of those purpose to me getting involved more with the nature and learning about bamboo. So the experience there is pretty nice. I'm coming hand in hand with the material which I am pretty much aware of, and I want to know more about it and how I can actually we in India, how we people can actually make this material as one of the major components in the build structures we are developing right now. So it's nice.
So how do you feel in this bamboo workshop, like so far?
Yeah. So right now I'm getting to know a lot of things about bamboo and in relation of other fields as well, because here we are communicating with other people as well. We are getting to know their ideas and their point of views regarding the projects they are doing, or maybe with other ideologies they have in relation of architecture, and as well as because I'm majorly concerned about architecture, so I'm focusing on that. But yeah, so look, getting to learn a lot of different stuff in relation of architecture, in relation of bamboo, in relation of sustainable materials. So that is I'm somehow gaining knowledge which I may not be able to get from somewhere else, because here the community is very big. The kind of people which are coming to this area, they are of a wide scale. So
Amazing. Would you be attending more workshops on natural housing?
Actually I have previously done before as well. I've been to LBC, which is in Trivandrum. So there they majorly works on brick, and they try to do low cost housing. So this is a kind of work which I like. So
Amazing.
tomorrow maybe, or on Thursday. And then we're also going to make a mud mix. So to make the mud mix, I need everyone, we take our shoes off and we get barefoot and we're going to step in the mud and we're going to make a mud mix with hay. And usually we use cow dung, but there's no cow dung here, so we're going to just make a pour mix, so to speak, okay? So anyway, so the idea is in the back, you see how there's the bamboos on 45 on either side? In the back that's where we're going to put all the mud, okay? And the whole reason for the mud is that I want you to learn how to make a thermal wall. I don't know if you were at the talk 5 minutes ago, where I described the qualities of mud and how they work as thermal insulation against heat and cold. They work against sound. It's very quiet. If you have an adobe house or earth house, it's very comfortable inside. It's always 24 degrees all year round in the heat or in the cold. It's very quiet. You don't hear all the neighbors. You don't hear all the beep beep beep, all the tuk tuks and all that. You don't hear all that. You breathe very nicely because adobe or earth, it absorbs humidity. Unlike cement, cement absorbs humidity but retains it. So if you have a cement house, you'll see on the bottom it's all white and like salty or moldy, like green. That's because cement retains humidity, doesn't know how to work it, and then you get breathing problems and allergies and etc. But if you live in a mud home, the mud will take that humidity and throw it outside. If it's too dry, like here in Manipur, in Imphal, it's really dry, it will pull the humidity from the air and bring it inside the house. So your house will be nice temperature, it'll be nice humidity. It can be really dry outside, but inside an adobe house or a mud house, the humidity will be ideal, it will be perfect. That's why the queen of the termites, you say termites in India? Okay, the queen of the termites, she puts about 1 million babies a year. So she's a very busy woman, okay? And she's the only woman in this whole area, in this whole city. It's a bit like Delhi, Calcutta, and Mumbai together. It's about 50 million termites live in these hills, in these mud hills. Have you seen them? They've come out of the ground like, okay. The queen of the termites tells her architects and her engineers that she wants 24.5 degrees all year round to make 1 million babies a month. That's what she tells her engineers. And if you test a termite house, it fluctuates in between 24 and 25 all year round. So not only are they using solar position, if you look at a termite house, it has a solar positioning. It also takes advantage of the breeze that ventilates the whole place. It also has a whole hydraulic system, so when it rains, the water goes in and goes, and they have canals inside the termite house. Termite houses have been studied scientifically. They've cut them open, they've seen what the magic is. And none of them go to the School of Planning and Design of Delhi. Not a single termite, and they know all these ideas. I come from Mexico. In our schools, in our colleges, in our universities, we do not learn anything about mud building, 0.0. In our colleges, universities in Mexico and Brazil, 0 about bamboo. These are things that are coming now. They're very futuristic. They're futuristic, but they're also very ancient. So basically, I'm not inventing anything. All I'm doing is rescuing tradition from the past and reinterpreting it and making it sexy again. Because that's what people want, is something sexy, right? Block is like hot and sexy. They make advertisement, put beautiful women, and you buy it. It's the same thing, marketing. It's all about like this crazy idea, right? So that's my job right now, is to make these things attractive again and not something that is being denigrated and put aside as something horrible. It's really, I suffer a lot of bullying. My clients give me bullying, my peers give me bullying. So if you're going to be a bioarchitect, if you're going to work with natural materials, be prepared for fight. Be prepared to get a lot of shit from the government, to get shit from other architects, and from the academy. The academy hates me. The Mexican Academy of Architecture don't like architects like me or Martin. I don't know about Juan Pablo, but we are not liked. But we are the future. That's what that because not only is this materials natural and healthy, but it's good for us. That's why we're so adamant about it. That's why we're so like diehard, because we believe in the health aspects, in the benefits of sleeping like a baby, of waking up with vital energy. A lot of people sleep 10 hours a night and they wake up tired. You might be young, you might be 18 years old, and you still wake up tired. That's because your home is not, your bedroom is not letting you sleep right. How many people have this problem? They sleep 10 hours a night and they wake up tired. Your bed is the most sacred place because you spend 8 hours a day in a horizontal position sleeping. So you want that to be the best place in the world to be for those 8 hours. So if you have air conditioning, you have negative telluric energy, you have all this, what's the brand of the paint here in India for painting the walls?
Asian paints.
Huh?
Asian paints, Nerolac.
Zerolac. If you have Zerolac on your wall.
Nerolac.
Zerolac. N. Okay, if you have N on your walls. If you have paint, that's plastic. What happens if I grab a plastic bag, like a supermarket plastic bag, and put it over his head? He'll die in 9 minutes. 9 minutes, he'll be dead. It's the same thing with your room. It's the same thing with the house. It doesn't breathe. Paint doesn't breathe. This plastic and paint. Okay? Air conditioning. Very, very negative air conditioning. It has freon gas. And then not only that, it recycles all the bacteria. So if someone has a cold, everyone in that room is going to get sick. Okay, so we want to eliminate air conditioning. We want to eliminate the plastic paints. And then these babies over here, these are full of radiation. I don't know if you've seen the documentaries, if you guys are aware of the impact this does to your brain. If I make a 10-minute phone call, it takes my brain about 7-8 hours to readjust my cells. And have you ever been on the phone and it starts to get hot and then you put it here and then this gets hot and you put it here? You're literally cooking your ear. That's why it's getting hot. It's microwave. It's like the ovens. This works on microwaves. So anyway, so if we have a mud house and you have all these antennas, I don't know if that's one, but there's one right there. You see the antenna near that thing over there? The tower next to the city center? That's emitting radiation. And the first thing you get is typhoid cancer. You'll start to feel dry here. So if you live near one of those, you either got to tear it down like a terrorist or you got to move if you don't want to get typhoid cancer. If you start feeling bad here, it's because you're getting radiated 24 hours a day, because those things work 24 hours a day. Or you build a big adobe room and then you're okay, because the earth will not let that radiation in. Okay, so that's the importance of building with mud. And we'll go back to the termite and back to the queen, and those termite houses are 24.5 degrees all year round. So it's really comfortable to live in mud. And I know it sounds ridiculous, because we're going to use our feet. I don't need cement, I don't need tools, I don't need electricity, I don't need a machine to move it around, I just need human energy. And another beautiful thing is that architecture has memory, right? I'll give you a very well-known example. In Germany, not in Germany, in Poland, we have Auschwitz. You heard of Auschwitz? It's a concentration camp that the Nazi Germany built to kill all the Jews and homosexuals and communists. Okay, they killed I don't know how many thousands of people in this one place, like a farm. It used to be a farm. If you go there today, you can't even get to the gate. You already feel nausea. Some tourists vomit. Some people can't even go into the place. And it's just a farm, it's just architecture. But it has memory. Architecture has memory. It's like a haunted house. Why is a haunted house haunted? Because it has energy. It has. If I say to you, oh, I'll rent you my apartment, but I just killed 10 people in there with a machete, would you rent it? Probably not. Because of the energy. So spaces have energy, and spaces have memory. Okay? So if you live in a place that doesn't let you sleep or everything's uncomfortable, it could also be the memory of this space. Does that make sense? Are you guys following me? Yeah. So when we work with mud and we're stepping in the mud, not only am I taking the radiation out of my body, because everyone's wearing plastic. Everyone has plastic on their feet. Everybody. So you're not letting the radiation go, you're not grounded. If anyone here works with Cablevision, is there any TV installers here? Okay, if you were a TV installer, you know that to make Cablevision, you have to put a ground wire. Right? Same with the human body. I have to make contact with the planet Earth to get this radiation out. Otherwise, all this radiation stays in my body and it becomes dangerous for my health. Okay? So when we play with mud, we release this energy into the mud, but it's a happy energy because stepping in the mud and dancing in the mud makes you happy. Because the same things that are in happy drugs like Prozac, which is an antidepressant, are in mud. So you're going to be happy, you're going to sleep like a baby, and you're going to be healthy. And everyone here wants to be healthy. I don't think there's anyone here that wants to be unhealthy, right? And everyone is getting sicker and sicker. And I've seen friends, I've lost friends, I've lost family to cancer and to other diseases. And that's why I'm so aggressive, if you will, or adamant about working with mud. And that's why I don't do block. I don't do any modern materials because I do not want anyone to suffer any more suffering. There's enough shit going on the planet that the houses have to be healthy. Okay? Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, are you all ready for some mud building then? We got the energy, the juices flowing for some mud building? Because it gets dirty. If you get dirty, you're gonna get muddy. And you might have a problem. You might have a problem with your workers in Mexico. The bricklayers, when I say, okay guys, we're not going to use the tools, we're going to have to step and put the adobes, they're like, oh, architect, you're crazy, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to turn into a homosexual if I start playing with the mud. Seriously, they think they're going to have like a gender change if they play with mud. So I'm serious, this is actual fact. They think it's not masculine to work with mud and stuff. But I say, okay, you want the job, you gotta step in the mud, you gotta do the mud. After about 5-10 minutes, they're like, oh yeah, woo, we love it, yeah. And they don't go back. So it's a nice little process. And I hope that all of you, we're a lot of us, so we might break into groups or something, but I hope you all have this positive experience and that when you go build and when you go think of your next home or where you want to live, that you think about mud and you think about bamboo as options for living. Modern living. I'm not saying you gotta live like a headhunter in Nagaland and eat like crazy insects or no. You can build. I build luxury homes. I build very luxurious homes. I put beeswax. I make a mud wall. Then I use very fine clay and color the walls. And then I put beeswax and I polish it and it looks like marble. And people think I put cement or that. It's amazing. It's beautiful, very beautiful. So you can make very quality things. You can make a Maharaja house, no problem. Okay? The last thing I wanted to mention was, I think that's it. So, Bhaity.
Okay, thank you, Peter! Okay, the next is Juan Pablo Pinto. He's from Chile. He's director creative of Cape Urban. So please say hello to
Well, hello everyone. Cape Urban is a big collective. We are an inclusive group and multidisciplinary group of architects, designers, artists, makers, and all sort of trades. And one of the interesting things of that is that through collaboration, we've achieved big things and big structures by sharing the knowledge and by inviting artists from other parts of the world, learning their techniques, sharing our own techniques, and growing the bamboo community. So that's kind of our main line of work. We're 5 of us here now. I'm architect / sculptor. There's a journalist. There's a visual artist. There's a media artist. And we're all joined by bamboo, by making. And I think one of the beauties of this material is that it's easy to work with. You know, it's light, it's flexible, it's natural. And can you come in front of me?
everybody come up.
Yeah.
Because you know
Okay.
the sun here. We can move more.
Yeah.
And we can take seat if you want. Everybody move more
this side
for this side.
My back is hard to listen. Yeah. You
So
can read my
everybody
lips.
want take seat in front because you have the sun. It's very difficult for you.
Yeah.
So we can put more people here.
So what we've been doing in the last 5 to 7 years is large art installations in the city. So we go with the community, we learn, we teach them how to work with the material. We go to the forest, we harvest ourselves. We usually work with green material. We split it ourselves or work with the whole post or bend it. And we use very simple tools. We just use pliers, wire, handsaws, and that's pretty much it. And we build very, very large structures. And I think one of the beauties of this sort of work is the actual process of building. And it goes beyond the actual thing we're building. It's to do with human relations. It's to do with when you work with somebody next to you, you get to know him, you get pissed off, you get happy, you laugh, you party. And going through all that experience in a couple of weeks, it creates really important bonds. So the structures we build, they usually break down in 3 to 4 years because we don't treat the bamboo, we don't want to use chemicals, we don't cover it with a roof, we don't put foundation or lift it from the ground. So we do everything that we shouldn't do to build with bamboo, let's say. Because we're not focused on making it last, we're focused on making something that is different, something that creates an impact in the community, that creates bonds, that build teams, and that creates something that transcends the architecture itself. Architecture is temporary, you know. A building will last 50 years, or you'll design a building for offices and can end up being a dwelling, or you design something with a wall, and the next owner will knock the door and change it. So that mindset of building something that will last forever is something that it's not like that, you know. Things change, things evolve, and you build something with concrete to last 50 or 60 years, and probably they will knock it down before time to build something else because the land value went up and they want to build something with more stories. So we're starting from the idea that everything is temporary. It's a matter of how long will it last, but it won't last forever. And we work with the material as it comes. So bamboo matures in 4 to 5 years. We cut the bamboo, we build with that. It will break down in around 4 years. By the time the structure broke down, the forest is already regenerated and we can harvest again. So it's a closed cycle. So we don't generate any waste. We don't generate any damage to the environment. The bamboo is a grass. When you cut the grass, it just grows greener and greener. So we're making a favor to the forest. And we go and walk into the forest and cut with handsaws so we don't damage the floor, we don't scare the animals with the chainsaw, and we keep the environment nice and beautiful. What we're doing here is a woven structure. Usually you don't weave structure, you usually have primary structure, secondary structures, and cladding. What we're doing this, a laminar structure is like a giant basket in which all the parts are contributing to the structure. So it's a whole thing, it's like a giant basket, like one whole thing. And it gets very strong. As the denser it gets, the more elements you put, the stronger it gets. And this is very small for what we usually build, so this could be 10 times bigger. And the interesting thing is that you can build it with your hands. And the outcome, you know, after working for a week and realizing you build like a really big structure, is very rewarding. So that's really good for the community, especially communities that are struggling with organization or getting projects ahead. if you make, an exercise of a week and then realize that in a week from harvest to finish, they all work together. And during the process, you'll identify leaders, you identify skills, you identify different elements that can then be extrapolated to a much larger project for the community. So it's something that is somewhere between art and architecture, is somewhere close to sociology, is somewhere close to something very human and has to do with the way we relate to each other. You'll see we're splitting the bamboo with a splitter and all by hand. And it's a very fun thing to do, so really good if you gotta go into that with that. And you'll see the structure has one main dome. We're building a secondary one and we'll build a third one. So when you get there, you get the chance to see how we start one, how do you do when you go in the middle of the process, and how do you finish it. And I think that will be very good for you in terms of, in one day being able to understand the whole process. Now, if you want bamboo to last, you have to keep it out of the elements. It has to be shaded because especially the sun will break down the silicone that is on the outside. Once that silicone breaks down, it'll crack, the water will seep in and it will rot. If you have it touching the ground, it will rot as well. And if you're in a place that it has lots of borers or bugs, you'll get eaten by the bugs unless you treat it with something. So traditionally, people treat it with borax or boracic acid, which is quite a it's almost like a table salt, so it's not very bad for the health. But there are other treatments. If you want something that is exposed to the elements, you have to use copper sulfate, or I think they're quite nasty. So we try not to treat the bamboo, and when we do things that want to last longer, we just use the borax system, which is the most kind of healthy, let's say. And we make sure that through design, we keep it out of the elements. So big awnings, so it's always shaded, footings or rocks that lift the bamboo off the ground, and it can last long, long time. I think one of the beauties of working here in India is we're working with a new material for us. There's 3,000 varieties of bamboo, so every time we go to a different place, this bamboo is different, this is thinner or thicker. And if you ask other people here that has the skill with bamboo, they will tell you that some bamboo is good for roofing, some is good for weaving, another for making handcraft. So I think as an architect or as a designer, it's very important to communicate to the person that is building, to the builder, because he has the knowledge and you have the education. So in that dialogue, you're transmitting what you learn, and they will transmit to their partner, and the other way around. You learn the skill, you learn about the material. And if you work with your hands, you'll get a better understanding of the material. And this applies to any material. Let's say you're designing a wall, and you say it will be a brick wall. Get a bunch of bricks and play with them. You can arrange them in different ways and be more creative. If you're using timber or steel, why do you use a branch the way it comes instead of mill it? So working with natural materials creates a big challenge as a designer, because it's not something you can plan ahead for. You'll go to the shop and you can get really straight timber, really easy to plan. But if you plan a structure with bamboo and then you go and get bamboo, they're all different and they all have a curve. And the one that is curved or the one that is straight, no one is better than the other. If you're making a building that is actually curved, you choose the one that is curvy. So installations that we've done, we go to the forest, we pick the ones that are on the outside of the clamp, the ones that are leaning out. They already have the curve, so I don't have to curve the material, So that approach is a different mindset as a designer, and also you need to be good at solving problems. You have to be good at solving things on the site. Be there. If the material doesn't respond the way you thought, well, you have to change the design according to the material. So instead of dictating, no, this has to be this way, you actually have to listen and pay attention to what the material is telling you and design that way. And I think that's something that is very interesting and applies probably for all sort of construction with natural materials, that the first thing you have to do is get hold of it and understand it. Once you understand it, you have great potential to do very interesting stuff, very different, very natural, and using mostly local materials. You don't need to import bamboo, you don't need to import materials. Everything is here. It's just a matter of being creative and using what's around. For us, this is the first time working with this kind of bamboo, and usually for a dome like that, we'll probably use skinny bamboo and bend it to create a subframe and then weave it. Because it was very thick wall, the splits were stiff enough to actually do a subframe, and we just sandwich them and start working with it. So we change our plans when we arrive, and Martin was telling me, well, tell me what you're doing, send me a design so I can, do stuff ahead and, maybe run the food. I said, look, I can't tell you, because if I tell you the dome has to be 8 meters diameter and suddenly the bamboo doesn't bend that way, then it's a waste of time and energy. So the best thing is to actually get hold of it, and goes to any material, not only bamboo. If you're a designer, if you're a maker, don't spend time sitting on the table drawing. Get an understanding of what you're using first, and then draw from there. And then you'll get a much better outcome. So I think that's what we're trying to transmit here. It's community bonding. Have a good vibe when you build. Be cooperative. Listen to what everyone is doing. Learn from the guy that is next to you, not from your teacher, but from your peer. And I think that way you create something that is a lot stronger, that will transcend the actual material, and that you can transmit to the future generations.
Now I want to present Nilam. Please, Nilam, say hello, Nilam!
If you can stand like this.
Yeah, that's a good way. Yeah. Hi everybody.
Hello.
I am the bamboo architect. So I represent Mansaram Architects. We are a 31-year-old practicing sustainable architecture and development based out of Bangalore, and with bamboo for approximately 2 decades. I started in 1999, exactly 20 years ago, and the first project itself gave me so much freedom to work with bamboo, because I was working with Plywood Institute, Ipruti, and another firm which was doing rural housing for people in the state of Karnataka. And we did a project in the Raj Bhavan of Bangalore. It was an upmarket place where all the IAS, IFS bureaucrats come, and I thought that is the best way to present this very humble material to the policy makers, so that it can really get to the level of where the policies can be changed to do things. That gave me a lot of freedom, and that something got me. I mean, it is a love affair which is still going on very strong, and I think there's something that you call it bamboo fight. I think bamboo grows on you, as Peter was telling today. So when you start working with the material, especially with your hand, it really grows on you. But basically why I have really stuck to this, there were 2-3 reasons. One is that 1/5 of the world population even today lives in bamboo houses and 1/3 in mud houses. Now, if we try to do a little bit of technology that we have, and we try to take the traditional wisdom of the people who have been staying in those kind of buildings and doing those buildings, we would have solved the problem of 1/3 of the world population in terms of housing. I think there's no UN program that can be bigger than that. And this could be done with networking. We could network with architects, with organizations, and try to transfer this kind of a data in an outsourced kind of a way, open source kind of way, and this could trickle down. The second thing was, in our country, I don't know whether it is in your country like that, the people who work with bamboo, they are untouchables. They are considered untouchables. People don't touch them. And this really touched me so much. Such a wonderful material, and these people who work with them, they have kept the tradition alive of such a beautiful material and something which is given by God to us, nature. But they are kept outside the village. If you have a village here, their houses will be somewhere there, and they will have no water, no sanitation connection, nothing. I wanted to bring those people, these wonderful people, in the mainstream. This was another thing that I really wanted to do. There are 2 things. And then I thought that these people, if all these people, there's 1/5 of the world population and 1/3, which are considered homeless because they don't have a pakka house of cement and steel. In our country, still, if you are building with mud and bamboo, it's a kacha house, not temporary. And if you build, the moment you put some steel and concrete, it becomes a pakka house. So you get into the statistics of you have a home now. Whether it's livable or not livable is besides the question. With all these things in mind, I'm now trying to work on a kind of vocabulary of architecture, which is based on stone, mud, and bamboo. Because in our part of the world, where we have the maximum homeless people, we also have maximum bamboo. These 3 materials you get everywhere, whether it's in the forest, whether it's in a rural area, whether it's a small town, tier 3 town, or in a city, or in a metro. You get all these materials everywhere. if we are able to generate a kind of architecture out of these materials, a new vocabulary, I think we would have solved the problem. And so I try to do work at every level. So I don't work only with bamboo. There's another thing that I want to differentiate between, people call it bamboo houses, bamboo architecture. There's nothing called bamboo architecture. It always has to be bamboo in architecture, bamboo in building. If you do a composite building like bamboo with mud and stone and things like that, then we have a case for bamboo. Because maybe in Northeast people can live in all bamboo houses, but in Karnataka, in Gujarat and other places you cannot live. And we have traditional typologies of buildings with bamboo, which have been, like they have evolved over a period of years, which actually work. And they work in different kinds of ways. And we have to respect that, what I call yesterday in my presentation as wisdom. Because they were trying to solve a problem, because they had a genuine problem. They were not doing it for a PhD degree. They were doing so that they can be warm. They were doing so that they can do their house within a budget. And that's what we are supposed to provide. And that is a wisdom. When we are trying to work in a lab, we are trying to gain a knowledge. But we always feel that knowledge has to be given to somebody else, not applied on us. It's like you're trying to make somebody else a guinea pig. But when you are the guinea pig, you will be more sensitive towards the problem. And so our ancestors have done that. So we are supposed to take that traditional wisdom and take all these data that we scientific data without which nobody believes in you. We have to combine these two and come to a new vocabulary of architecture. And I'm not against concrete, I'm not against steel, none of the material is bad. Material is not bad, it's us. Where to use what material, we should be knowing. How much to use, we should be knowing. We cannot do a 1 kilometer, 10 kilometer bridge with bamboo. Fair enough. But we can definitely do bamboo bridges in the park, and there'll be hundreds of them. So I want to talk about this appropriateness of a material, which as architects, as designers, as people, even as clients, when you're taking a decision what material to use, you have to keep that in mind. So I never promote bamboo to any of my client who comes. Somebody came and told, oh, you are promoting bamboo. I was told. I said, no, I am not. You want to take a year, you decide. You go through my bamboo project, other people bamboo projects across the world. Once you are convinced, you come back to me. And then we do a project together. Unless until that happens, you actually cannot create something. You can't force somebody to use bamboo. So that thing actually has to come voluntarily. And so when the poor people tell poor people you live in bamboo houses, they will not live. Because they want always upgradation, which is supposed to be for something else. So that is something which we have to, the aspiration of people have to be kept in mind. So I also work with bamboo reinforced concrete, and we wanted to showcase here in this international forum what bamboo can do as a modern material also. It can also do shells, it can also do contemporary, and it can also do metro stations, and with concrete and all these kind of things. And that's what we are going to be showing hopefully today. Till 8th we should be able to finish. We are looking for a concrete cloth, which is an absolutely new technology which you can quickly put. And when you are working with bamboo, we are always faced with curves, and you have no tiles and no sheets which can actually cover a sheet roof, and then you are forced to do with full concrete, which we wanted to avoid. So this is one solution that we have tried to put it up here. So this is a shell, and I think rest about the evolution of a leaf and something about the form that is there at the stall that I will do. But this is what is Mansaram about. And when we were working, we found that no human resource, nobody wanted to work with bamboo. Everybody wanted to work with Burma teak. Everybody wanted to work with ply. So we started doing skill development, and for 14 years almost, in 2004 I started skill development in bamboo. So we also run a lot of workshops and programs in a structured manner. We are affiliated to the Dalbagh University, Agra, from where we are doing now courses, modular courses and other courses also. And we plan to put up more than 200 centers across the country and even abroad for talking about bamboo and teaching bamboo at the class level and things like that. So this is all about us, and I would all of you to join this India Pavilion. This is the aspiration of India for bamboo, and I invite all of you to join us.
on making the.
Okay, and the last. Hi, Martin. Nice to meet you, everybody. Well, we are from Digma today. The team, please pass here. The team from Mexico and Peru. Oh my God, the energy is good. Slow it down. Okay, Eduardo, Andrea, Flor, Vanessa, de Venezuela, from Venezuela too. I'm sorry, from Venezuela. Oscar and Lolo. Well, we are the American team now, working very hard for you. So please. Brazil! America! And but we have more from Brazil. And Chile, well, we have more people in there. Okay? So we are a company of 11 years working with bamboo in Mexico. So now I will talk about the bamboo, no? Which bamboo is good for construction and which not, okay? All the bamboo is good for construction, no? Oh yeah, or no, yes? Yes. Some bamboos is for construction and some bamboos not for construction. Okay. These two bamboos that we have here, which bamboo is, the two is the same dimension, no? But who is good for construction? This? This one. One moment. Okay, why? Okay. This bamboo is not heavy. Check. You can take it. And this bamboo is more heavy. When the bamboo is a baby, 1 month, 2 months, you know what is lignin? It's lignin, no? The lignin is minerals. So the bamboo, when it's growing, and with the time it's taking with the earth, the lignin, the minerals. For this reason, the bamboo is like the natural steel, because all the time the bamboo is taking the mineral from the earth, and it's taking in the bamboo. So it's the resistance, the mineral in the bamboo. Okay. So if you see when we have a baby. The baby is beautiful, no? And it's flexible, no? And so with the bamboo is the same. When the bamboo is a baby, the bamboo is flexible. But what happens if I put 3 stones very heavy, one baby? Maybe I kill you, no? I kill the baby, no? But with the times, the bamboo is taking minerals, and but what happens if I put Peter his leg in the, maybe it's no return, no? Maybe still, what happened? So we lost flexibility, no? It's the same with the bamboo. When it's a baby, it's a lot of flexibility, but it's not strong for construction. So we need to know the bamboo. Now I want to show you some techniques. I will talk like we make these curves. I want to show how to use this. Okay? So this is ratchet. Is ratchet in English too? Ratchet? Okay. So all the bamboos have curves. So if I want very, very good, like a bamboo, how can I make it? Okay? This is the process. Okay? If I put, for example, okay, I will take this bamboo, I will show something.
You think you can sit down? Because a lot of us can't see.
Okay, we can move it little more. We can little more. I want to show, this is a technique from Georgetown. It's very good for cut. Because everybody wants to say, you need to cut with a special, no. This is the best for cut, okay? But how, the technique is very important, okay? I will show the technique. So, please. Es que quiero hacer más chica esta para que vean. Okay. I will do it in the 2 ways for you can see and you can see, okay? You ready? Okay. One moment. Oh. I will show the bad process, okay? The bad technique first. This is the bad process, like this, no? Check what happened. The fiber, check. Very ugly. It's not beautiful. Not clean, not much. Not lean. And the good process. Well, little lemon. Little lemon. So take. Check. Okay? Because when you have a normal job, you need to cut along 100, no? But if you could like... Oh, it's not good. Check. All the fiber is in all the parts and it's not beautiful for your construction, okay? So you can cut. You can cut. It's like a circle. Okay? You could like... Okay? Very long. It's a circle. Okay? Ya hicimos, okay?
Despacito.
Despacito. Okay. So, another point very important is if we put 2 points and I put the bamboo, where is the bamboo? Down, no? Lower. Why? ¿Puedes tomar este? Check. Tómala de un punto. Tómala de un punto. The bamboo have a curve, okay? So if we put a scaffolding and we put the bamboo, you will see very like a line. This is good bamboo. No. We need to put 3 points and we can see the curve. You know? If we put only 2 points, we can see the curve because the curve is like whoop, okay? But if we put 3 points, we can check. Let me put this. We can see the real curve, okay? And we can know. Put together. Ayúdame, Oscar. Ayúdame, Lolo. So check. One moment. Okay. So we have this. We have the curve like this, no? Okay. Yeah. So I want to make a line. I want to have a very, very big bamboo, but very, very like a line, not like a curve. Because I need to make. Imagine one client with the construction, no? And the client, oh my God, it's curved. What happened? I want something with line. So the bamboo, we can do it like a line for construction. And this is the process. This is good for make this the line. Okay. Lolo, ayúdame, pásate acá para que te pongan. Pásate, siéntate acá now. Pásate acá. We need 3, but we have 2 now. Okay, please. Dos panetas. Okay. Estamos ocurriendo, ¿no? So in this case, we put 1 here and 1 here, and after we put this in the middle, and with this, it's going to make very perfect bamboo. Okay? So we need to understand that the material is flexible, okay? And we can make a line with the bamboo with techniques, okay? So this is one technique for make a line. If you want a structure very, 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 like, oh, the column very good, and if your client is like this, it's good, no? It's like, oh, this, okay? It's very important this. So, it is very important to have 1 here because, you know, it's like turn. But if you have 3, and after, you can put triangles here, bamboo pins, or steel, and it's no return. Okay? If you don't want to see knots. Okay, the other process is how to make the curves. Okay? So, some bamboos is easy to play, it's very flexible for make curve. But when we have very big dimension, and we need, for example, to make this curve, like in the center of the structure, it's impossible, like, do it like, I need noise. So the technique is cut here, the knot, okay? So when we are start, we select the bamboo. Okay, we have 1,000 bamboo in the place. We need to select the curve with 2 curves, with 3 curves, because you know sometimes the bamboo have like so you need first to divide the bamboo. Okay, this is good. This is very good, like a line. This is with 1 curve. This is with 2 curves. This is with 3 curves, and I select. Okay. So for make the curve, the technique of this is this. I'm sorry for that.
No problem.
Okay, so take the bamboo. Sí, páralo. Okay. But one is very important. When we are using this technique, you can put only one. It's very important that you can only put one because one is not strong. It's very easy to break in a structure. You need to put 2 together or 3 in this way. 2, 1 on top and 1 in the down. Okay? So we make this technique and check close. After we can make a Photoshop, no? With bamboo dust and glue, and nobody, oh, what happened? It's perfect, this. You know, the bamboo grows like this. I put them on. Okay, so this is the technique for this curve in the center, okay? But it's not one. We can use for this technique only one. And very important is this. We have, it's not, no? The knot?
The knot.
Knot. I'm sorry. We have the knot. We could all the time in one direction. The knot, and I could after the knot, no, in the middle, because normally when we, para nomás, like break like this. But if we could like only one direction all the time and break, the knot is like impossible to. But if we could the knot, you know, you understand? Yes. Or I can repeat.
Yeah, repeat.
Okay, slow. I'm sorry. I will put in this direction. So when we are making this technique, sometimes breaks. Okay, check. No break. It's good. But everything is close. Okay, normally breaks. And so all the time we could in one direction. We have the knot, we could here. We have the knot very near, no? Not like in the middle. All the times in the knot. Here, here, here. Okay? Because if this is a line of break, the knot is like have the fever and it's not like up. all the middle of the bamboo is not in the bamboo now. Okay, you understand?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for my English. When I'm nervous, it's more bad than bad. Okay? Okay, but you understand? So, when we have this technique, we put 2 here. Okay? And we put like a triangle. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and we have this kind of curve. Or, in other case, toma la Oscar. Oh. Can you give me this? Okay. So, we put 3. Póngalo abajo. In the Hotel Infal, we are making another construction, and we are making with this process with 3. So the curve is with 3 bamboos. We have the curves, but we have 2 on top and 1 down. Down? Yes. Below. 1 below, okay? You understand?
Yes.
Okay. So, thank you very much. Only 1? What happened? So, in the bamboo we have a lot of techniques, and we need to be able to make fast the construction, no? Because if we lost a lot of time, for example, cutting with the knife, no? With the knife. With saw. Okay. So this is the best machine for cutting bamboo. But if you cut like this, no. But if you cut like this, it's perfect. Okay? You need to practice. You can take it and you can practice. Ponte acá, ponte las 3. Okay, so it's more easy for work. So in the hotel, I'm going to show, for example, because this is very heavy. In the middle we have a very heavy structure, and with 2 people, it's like break. So we have a tripod. It's tripod. 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 We have a tripod with a pulley, and with the ropes, and you can learn how to put big structures with bamboo and only 1 pulley. Okay. So now we are going to this place, and after we come here, and after we come here, and we can start working. Okay. You have some question now? Yes.
You'll be keeping your joints at alternate position or at the same place?
No, you can. It's very important for your design. The position is for your design. No, you can change. Okay. So we're gonna start first with Pablo, and you can learn how to make the bamboo split. Okay. Thank you very much.
Now my friend Mr. Agarwal is going to show us his machines which are going to give some relief to bamboo carpenters around the world.
And for the industrial processing also.
And these machines are useful for multi-purpose, and definitely after you will show the functional
Functioning of this machine,
then we will know more.
And this is the first machine in any bamboo processing. This is called a crosscut machine. Normally this works well with 1 HP motor also. And we brought this. Let me introduce ourselves. So we have come from Madhya Pradesh, from Devas, and we are a leading manufacturer of bamboo processing machines in India. And we are suppliers to one of the CFCs in Imphal. Through Equity is our client, through which we are supplying in Imphal, and these machines are brought for that purpose also. So we'll start with the first machine, which is called a crosscut machine. Okay, so I'm just giving you a demo. Just take it. Chalo. Okay, you're on. So you can see how cleanly a cut comes. Very soft. So that's how nicely it can be cut. Smooth. Very smooth. without burrs, you can see. Okay, and this can cut heavy bamboos within seconds. Okay, so so now you can go in two ways after this. You could be making anything with the knots. If you are making anything with the knots, final product, then this should be the second machine, which is called external knot remover machine. Look at the finish you can get out of this machine, and then this is again a very sturdy machine, a balanced cutter with good carbide.
What is the cost of this one? Same?
Less than 40,000.
Less than 40,000.
And this one?
30,000 ki niche hai.
Why I'm saying this is there are some factors which will cost you.
Transport is the biggest factor.
No, yes, no. This is exclusive of GST transportation taxes. Okay, so this is a vertical splitter, and this is mainly इसमें टेढ़ा लगा है. कोई बात नहीं, but okay, fine.
और छोटे वाले को ले लेना दो.
Okay, so Gajaran, you can show the results in your video. Okay, so normally the kind of blade you are using, the number of blades, so this is probably 12. You can use 6 also, 14 also, 8 also, 9 also, depends on the kind of width you want. Okay, so if you are making width cannot be adjusted, but number of blades can be adjusted. So a grill with number of blades.
Okay.
So we are giving multiple blades along with the machine, so that if you require less than 22 mm, you can do it with whatever diameter. Why less than 22 mm? Because this is a round stick machine, and it needs less than around 22 mm only, not 25 mm, not 27 mm. But the next operation for this bamboo is slice. This machine is called a heavy duty slicer. It makes slivers, and this blade could be adjusted for any thickness. For agarbatti sticks, we have set this blade at around 2 mm. So what we are getting is a 2 mm strip. Okay. Now the next operation after this is round stick making.
2 mm is what is the highest?
You can get 10 mm also with a different machine. No, with this machine you can get thick slivers, 5 mm, 6 mm, 7 mm, 8 mm, whatever. It could be easily adjusted. So the next operation is round stick making for agarbatti and for any other thing also. For
round stick.
Okay. Round stick. Okay. So
but this machine happens only after. We need to have that machine before we get into this one.
This is the kind of fine output you can get out of this machine. Good for agarbatti, and you can make for toothpick, for chopsticks, for blinds. So you have to adjust the cutter.
Is it possible to make big?
How much big do you want?
This size?
Yes, you will have a different machine for that. So this size maybe 10 mm, 12 mm. So I'll give a different model machine for that, not this machine. This machine is good enough for 5 mm, 6 mm diameter of sticks. Okay sir.
इसको 2 टुकड़े में करना पड़ेगा.
हाँ, इसको sizing करना पड़ेगा, polish करना पड़ेगा. So next operation is sizing and then polishing. So I'll show you a sizing machine. So we already have a bundle over here. So we'll just show you the operation, how you do it. Better to take it from here, Rajan. From here. Okay. So this is you have to make a proper bundle, and then you clamp it properly, and then you start the machine. Okay. Anyway, so I think he has to do some adjustments. Anyway, this is how you cut.
So you make for agarbatti? You do this for agarbattis?
Huh?
For agarbattis?
For agarbatti, you have to set the fixed length. So agarbatti people are very and so the sellers are very particular about the length of sticks. So they want very fixed length.
You can fix any size with this. You can fix any size.
Any sizes in diameter, you need to set the settings and you need to change the cutter set. Okay. So next is polish machine. So this is a polishing machine. So after sizing, the next is polishing of sticks. So this is a variable length machine where you can adjust this machine up to 14 inches or 16 inches. Normally in agarbatti industry you require 8 inches, 9 inches kind of sticks. And you can fill this chamber up to 40 kgs of sticks. And the time for which you have to run this machine depends on the quality, the input quality and the output quality. Let's run the machine first. Okay. So this is how it goes. Did you already put in how it goes? Yes. This is the. What is the cost of this machine? Depends on the size. So it could be around 70,000 up to 1,25,000 with a 3 times capacity. It depends on the size.
This polishing the
bamboo sticks like this. This is how it is doing. Okay. This is the mechanism. Okay. So that is about agarbatti sticks. So we went like bamboo cutting. Knot removal, I'll tell you, knot removal is good when you are using knot. Otherwise, avoid knot removal. Directly go to vertical splitter. Then you make slices, then you make round stick, then you do sizing, then you polish. Then there is another machine called sharpening machine which sharpens the cutters, which we have not displayed over here. So this is a simple set of machines which is required to make agarbatti sticks.
So these machines can you also use for with other woods for other purposes?
No. The cutting machine can be used for cutting wood, but generally for bamboo, if you are processing bamboo for other things like furniture also, you are able to use cross cut, you are able to use slicer, you are able to use knot removal. And our round stick machine is a multi-purpose machine where you can make toothpick kind of a stick, 2 mm stick, or a chopstick kind of a stick, or a blind kind of a stick. So these are multi-purpose machines definitely, but limited up to bamboo.
So your main market is agarbatti?
Not agarbatti, we'll show you the furniture making machines, slats, bamboo treatment plant. What is this? This is a parallel splitter. So this is good for making parallel splits, which will be 4-side plane after this. Parallel splits. I'll show you the process. You can see over here. This is the kind of split we get. This goes into a 4-side planer.
So we'll go in the 4 side and we'll check that.
And I'll show you the process. We'll shoot from here.
We'll record this.
So this is the machine required if you want to make a 4-side plane strip.
Oh, 4-side plane.
Yeah, after this we do a 4-side plane.
It is useful for furniture.
Furniture, boards.
Okay. Boards.
Bamboo board making. Board. Yeah, plyboard making. And then toothbrush, so many things.
Oh, bamboo plywood. Yeah, plywood.
This is the kind of finish you get with this machine. So the drawback of this machine is this would be little slow. But the good part is it avoids all useless part and gives you the real good part. Okay. And this is all very adjustable, so you can make a 10 mm wide split also, and you can make a 35 mm wide split also.
So this is the first machine the plywood guys need.
Yes, so to say. So plywood are actually not of one type, but actually of 4 types. So a strip board would require a machine like this.
Okay. So let's go in there.
Yes. Then
this is polishing the plywood, I guess. That. This is polishing.
This is a 4-side planer.
4-side planer, huh?
This is a 4-side planer. You can shoot from here, not from there. This will be a real picture.
What is the maximum you can get?
You can get 35 mm also.
Same machine.
Same machine. You can get 10 mm also. And with thickness, you can go for 4 mm up to 25 mm. This is called a chain splitter. So this is a long splitter machine. Okay.
आपको क्वेश्चन करना है तो पहले आप कर लो.
हाँ बोलो.
ये छोटा सा गांव है, उसमें सोच लीजिए 5-10 घर है, तो उतनी छोटी गांव के लिए जैसे 5-10 एक छोटा सा कम्युनिटी, वो सोच लीजिए 5 फैमिली मिलके घर बनाना चाहते हैं हर इंडिविजुअली, इसके लिए इकोनॉमिकली वायबल होगा क्या ये?
See, basically these machines are multi-purpose. So you can make agarbatti sticks also, 4-side planer thing also, you can split also. And somebody has to have a CFC kind of setup in that village, or somebody has to own these machines and give end product to so many householders. But with these machines you are able to reduce your task by 50 times.